there is so many recruiters. But to get a really good recruiter that knows how to, implement strategies and knows how to execute it, there's probably not that many that would have the ability to be able to do it. Recruitment is a lot.
Tina Kidd, fantastic to get you back on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me back, David.
So, have there been any changes in your work life since you were last on?
So yes, there has been. But yeah, it's been an exciting time for me since we previously last met.
Yeah.
But for anyone that perhaps didn't watch the original podcast that we did, 9 months ago now?
Yeah. You were head of FAM properties. You'd been there for 2 years or so. And you were FAM through and through, weren't you?
Yes, I was. So yeah, it's coming up 3 years that I've been in Dubai now in April, 3 years, and originally from Scotland, for anyone that doesn't know, and started my journey, as you said, working in FAM Properties, which is the largest real estate company here in Dubai, and started off, an admin, recruiter, team leader, manager, head of recruitment, and I had a wonderful over 2.5 years. I was there,
you certainly
David.
did. Yeah, progressed so quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, I progressed really quickly. I did well, and I loved it. And I still, FAM gave me the platform for me to be able to grow so well professionally and personally. And here I am, nearly completing 3 years in Dubai, and just made a really bold and
so spill all. Where have you where have you gone?
So yeah, David, as I said, I was working in FAM for 2.5 years, and I recently just moved from last December. I went into the agency route, which is amazing for me. It just opens up so many doors of recruitment. And I started as head of agency at the local brokerage, head of local brokerage for a company called Guy Last Recruitment.
Wow. Congratulations on getting that move.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't see that coming. I was really surprised when you told me. Were other people surprised? They must have been, that you'd left FAM, put it that way.
Yeah. Honestly, I was getting phone calls. I was getting messages like, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah.
It's like nothing happened. Honestly, as I said, I learned so much there. And throughout the time that I worked there, I helped the company grow. In FAM, it's a lot of agents, but within the agents, it's many micro teams. And I helped build them. I built a lot of strategies for recruitment and for marketing. And it got to the point where, I really wanted to be able to put everything that I learned and everything that I, loved doing into kind of other companies to be able to help them grow. And that's effectively what I'm doing right now.
So up to a point, you'd really taken it as far as you could. Did you feel at FAM and it was time for a change? And
Yeah. 100%. I learned a lot there. Of course, I've still got a long way to go in the world of recruitment in terms of learning new skills and everything. But for me personally, it got to the point where I feel like I, learned everything and I was ready. It comes to a point where you're ready to take on a new challenge, and that doesn't mean a bad thing. It's actually a really exciting time that, I can leave that chapter behind with like nothing but good memories and go into something so fresh.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people working within agency, whether they're real estate agents or they're recruiters, they don't stay very long, do they? And you were at FAM for quite a while, albeit having different roles as you progressed up through the company. So that was amazing. And then there was a little period between the two, wasn't there? Yeah. When I know you set up a great website, tinakid.com, which you've still got.
Thank you.
And you were thinking about maybe doing your own stuff. You did some courses, which are still available.
Yeah.
And then I think that was also because we had a chat, didn't we? Had a coffee, and you were explaining to me that naturally a number of real estate companies were approaching you.
Yeah.
What was it that made you decide on going to Guy Last and going into recruitment?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you touched on...
Sorry, carrying on with the recruitment.
No, that's fine. You touched on my website, tinakid.com, and honestly, that's something that I wanted to do for a long time. And, it's always was in the back of my mind, and my very talented friend, Orla, she helped put it to life, basically. I always had this vision of how I wanted it to be, but, trying to find someone to put what I wanted into the website and kind of really understand what I wanted to achieve from it. It was proven quite difficult, but as I said, my very talented friend Orla, she's amazing in marketing and web design. She sat down with me one night and we basically came up with tinakid.com. The reason I did that, honestly, was I was getting so many messages, David, from people in the back home in the UK, but also people all over, not just focusing on the UK, that wanted to move to Dubai and they didn't know how to, or they were looking for some hints, some tips. They wanted to have, a video call with me, just chat to me, because, when you read my story or you kind of even just go onto my website, it kind of tells a little bit about me, of how I came to Dubai. I didn't have a job, right? I came here for 3 months. I was actively looking for work.
Well, people are interested in you, aren't they? Just look at the massive social media following, which we'll get into later. But yeah, so it's great that you've got that site.
Yeah, 100%. And from the website launching, it was in December as well that we finally got it live, and I've already had like 200 orders of my of my e-booklet, which is really nice. And I'm getting so many nice messages from people that it makes me feel good that I'm actually able to help people move from wherever they're from and build 100%. Hopefully a new life in Dubai, just like I did.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, so talk to me about Guy Last Recruitment.
So for people that perhaps don't know, Guy Last has been operating in Dubai and the UK for the past 9 years. So he's been in the market a long time. Guy himself has, been back and forth from Dubai to the UK for 25 years. His story begins as a real estate broker coming in his very early 20s and being a sales manager, being a sales director, becoming a regional sales director. He really did a lot in his time, and he helped build, a really successful company here. And that's when he thought, recruitment, I quite like recruitment.
There's a big opportunity. He saw that.
He saw it and he took it, which is amazing. That's something that's really, really good about him. He sees his opportunities, and that's what I kind of love, to be around people that kind of push you to do their best, right?
Yeah. Because you had that with Faraz, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So Guy, I've known him for a long time, but I never ever met him before. He probably won't mind me saying this, but he was trying to hire me for quite a long time as well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So we met up, we had coffees together, and just kind of seeing how I would be able to fit into his business or what we could create together, right? So his company was, and still is, known for being an international recruitment company. So he has done very, very well in these past few years of hiring people directly from the UK and bringing them to Dubai to work in some really, really good companies that are operating here.
Yeah, all of which are real estate companies.
Exactly, yeah. All real estate companies. I mean, we were chatting the other day that we have plans to go into other sectors. Mm-hmm. But for now, we're keeping it into real estate sectors because that's what we've been doing for so long, and that's what we want to continue to do. So his international recruitment company is very well known in the UK and also in Dubai, right? And, the company has an international account director who handles everything. We have a relocation team, which, they really help you. They're based in the UK. They really help you, find cheap flights, find accommodation. So we have kind of a relocation team of accommodation and for flights. That support that's there when agents or candidates, they really need it, right? They're leaving their home behind. They don't know maybe where's good to work, to live. They're really looking for some support. So that's what that team is there for. They're hand in hand there to help them whenever they need. And, even some of the reviews that you can see online, like a lot of it is the support that they give you is something that they haven't experienced before. It's not just like, come to Dubai, you're going to start your training on the 1st of June, just get your flight. They're there to be able to support you. And also what Guy has done himself is, because he has a lot of knowledge in Dubai real estate and been here for a long time, he actually came up with a portal for the candidates. So whenever anyone is relocating from the UK to Dubai to start in any real estate company of our clients, of course, he's actually got a full training. I mean, they're not going to be fully trained for when they come on their first day, they're going to know everything.
Sure.
But he's provided them with a portal.
Yeah.
So they kind of do their homework before they come. So I myself, looking from the outset, I didn't really know how I would be able to fit into it. I mean, it's an amazing model that he has going on at the moment, but it was mainly focused on UK to Dubai. My kind of expertise and kind of what I love to do is, of course, the local market, hiring real estate agents that are already operating in Dubai. And something, that I would love to continue to do. So we had quite a lot of conversations because we had to make sure that it was the right move for me. Because as you know, David, you know me pretty well now that whatever company I decided to go to, I was leaving fam behind, a big name, I myself have...
It was going to have to be the right job, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I myself have built
right
quite a good online presence and quite a good personal brand that, I would only go to a company that I'm going to add value and they're going to add value to me. I don't just want to jump company to company to company. It's not something that I personally think is a good look and not something that I want to do. So so very well known for international recruitment and doing amazing at it. Also, alongside that, David, they have their executive team, which is 2 ladies working on hiring, marketing managers, sales directors, HR, recruiters.
So roles other than just agents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the two departments that he had going on at the moment when I met him. So what we were kind of toing and throwing and really putting a lot of effort into how I would be able to fit into this and be able to kind of take it to the next level with the help of him. So we basically came up with a module and a product that we brought to the real estate market where, I don't believe any other company has been able to do so far. And that has proven so well. And, I started there last month.
And what was the difference with it from what's out there now?
Yeah. So basically what we have created is we are going to build, a recruitment team into your business. So any of our clients. So at the moment, I already have 8 clients and I've been on the ground.
So 8 real estate agencies already have signed up.
Yes.
That's amazing. And you started in December.
Yeah.
And we're in January.
I know. I know. In 2 weeks we were off for Christmas. So I think, on the ground I've probably been 5-6 weeks. But what really makes us different is we basically, what we wanted to do was be able to build something into these companies that no other company would be able to do. And that's by employing a recruiter, what we call a headhunter, because their main focus is to headhunt agents. So we're basically implementing a kind of recruitment process outsourcing into their business where we are providing them with a headhunter, providing them with a delivery consultant, and providing them with me as their account director. So their headhunter, is just going to be spending 8 hours per day headhunting local agents. Really, it's also a brand exercise for these companies, perhaps even smaller companies that have been in the market not that long, or even medium-sized companies that have been operating for a few years, but perhaps don't know how to really show their brand. So we basically effectively, I manage a team of headhunters. Each of my clients have one each. We have a delivery consultant who is kind of the coordination of it all because, as you know, agents get really busy. We need to stay on top of them. It's just this little coordination piece that kind of makes it all stick together. And then we have myself. So I'm the account director for all of my local real estate clients here in Dubai. And I'm basically supporting them on a kind of consultant piece in terms of, how can we elevate your brand? What is going well? What could we change? And kind of just help him basically take them with the experience that I have. And every client is different.
So helping their brand, but within the sector of recruitment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see if I've got this right. You've taken on these 8 accounts. each of those will have their own specific person at Guy Last Recruitment, and they will just focus on that real estate company.
Exactly.
I think that's a great idea, because the problem at the moment is that the incentive for the recruitment company is just to go willy-nilly, isn't it?
Exactly.
And spread themselves thinly. If that real estate company has got the confidence that one person is specific for them, and like just sort of outsourcing recruitment, isn't it? I think that's what you said.
Exactly.
Is there not a danger now for recruitment staff working at real estate companies?
Honestly, no. Some of my clients, they have in-house recruiters. In-house recruiters can be amazing for your business, 100%. But it's if they are trained in the way to be able to do that, right? And, I don't mean to sound in any sort of way, but there's so many agents in the market, right? There is so many recruiters. But to get a really good recruiter that knows how to, implement strategies and knows how to execute it, there's probably not that many that would have the ability to be able to do it. Recruitment is a lot. The recruitment
tough recruiting the recruiters, isn't it?
Exactly. So I also have, some of my clients, not all of them, but some of them, they have in-house recruiters, and I work hand in hand with them. It's not that they should be, scared that we're coming. We're effectively there to help them. Our end goal for all of our clients is to keep them happy and to retain them. And the only way that we can do that is if we work with them together. So it's all about, we want to be very transparent. And I think that's something that really sets us apart, that we really take it seriously in terms of we're not just going to sign up lots of clients just for the sake of being able to go on and say, yeah, we have like over 30 clients.
I think you said earlier you've actually rejected some already because they weren't quite the right fit for you.
100%. Yeah. Like me and Guy are very similar on that page, and that's what I really respect, and that's what I love in terms of we did our 2025 goals. Like, what do we want to achieve by the end of Q4? And it was to have around about 20 clients, right? And I'm sitting here in Q1 and I already have 8. But my end goal is never ever, and Guy agrees with this also, our end goal is not to have so many clients that we can't control. Our end goal is the quality, and we want to retain our clients. Yeah. Some of the clients that Guy has been working with have been in the market and been with him for a few years, and that's what I want. And, as you said, I have rejected some clients, and that's no harm against them, but they don't fit in with what we're looking for. We're looking for, ideally, smaller to medium-sized companies that feel like they're stuck. We have experience combined with both of us of nearly 30 years. So us being able to kind of come with a strategy piece and consultant piece to be able to help you, and also giving you a full-time headhunter that's only working on your company. She's not sending you a CV and sending it somewhere else. Effectively, they are your member of staff. Their LinkedIn, their messaging is all branded your company. So they are your member of staff, but they're managed by me.
And for the smaller companies, if they recruited 2 or 3 agents, that might be sufficient for them then. Whereas if they got a specific recruiter, what do they do with them then?
Exactly.
So it makes perfect sense to me, and I'm excited over the next year just to see how it goes. I'm sure it'll be very good. Yeah. The whole setup with Guy Last, I think, is very professional. I did a bit of research, obviously, before you came on, looked at his podcast, which were excellent. He had some great guests on there, and I'm going to put a link in this to his YouTube channel because I don't think it gets enough subscribers or enough views. It's really good. Nikki Cow was one of them. I don't know whether you've seen her, but I just reached straight out to her and I said, do you want to come on the Rebel Agent podcast? And she said, yeah, more or less straight away. So she's coming on next week.
Good.
So that's good. So that's really good.
I'm glad.
But it is impressive, and as I say, he's very good on that podcast.
He is.
I think you've made a really good decision.
Thank you. I think so too. And honestly, in this kind of market that we operate in, like, we be so, transparent in everything that we're doing also. As I said, although we're giving you like a full-time headhunter, you have access to our CRM ATS system which is basically you're able to see, as the client, you're able to see everything happening in the pipeline. You know, how many calls are being made, how many people are on interview, how many people are getting spoken to on LinkedIn, how many people are being processed. So you, as a client, you're able to see everything. So I think that's also what makes us stand out is, you know, we literally are so transparent with you and we want to deliver. We're never going to overpromise. We will always say that we will deliver. And, you know, I've honestly loved the move that I made, and I'm so happy. Honestly, I'm so happy because it's more exposure and experience for me, and I myself feel like I'm really adding value, which is important.
Yeah, and you built systems and processes at FAM Properties, so you were the perfect person for him to. I'm not surprised he spent quite a bit of time, you know, trying to persuade you to come over because you probably, well, you would be the best person in Dubai to implement what he wants implemented.
Yeah,
I would say that's.
He's quite a tech guy.
Is
He
yeah.
calls himself a geek because he loves technology so much, and you know, even just what in our company. So to date, there's probably about 24 staff in total, and one of them is, you know, we have an operations manager who's working on all of our AI, our automation. So there's a lot of things happening in the background that we don't speak about, but we will speak about very soon.
Great. Yeah, I'll look forward to hearing that. Well, it's a good combination for him then, isn't it? Because if he is a tech guy and understands that side of it, he's obviously got personality as well and comes across. So that's a good sort of combination.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the social media. On LinkedIn, I checked before. I'm not stalking you, but I checked before. I think it's 109,706 followers.
Yeah.
So that's gone up massively, hasn't it? It's pretty much gone up exponentially since.
Massively. Yeah.
And yet, with you, I just feel that less is more because, is that right?
It is right. I think you messaged me one time saying this. I remember it. It sticks in my head sometimes. You're right. My growth has gone skyrocketed, which is amazing. I'm very grateful for. And I think that's off the back of me trying to help people as much as I can. I seem to gain a lot of...
So do you think your tinakid.com and the courses has helped your other social?
I think it's helped a little bit. It's helped a little bit 100%. You know, I'm nearly at 110,000, whereas when I think that we met, I think I was on maybe something like
60.
Yeah, I think 60,000, 50,000, 60,000. It was around that
so
mark.
So it's around double.
Yeah, it's been really good for me, and I'm so grateful. But I have a lot of interest on my LinkedIn. You know, the views that I get, you know, the
I think the last one was nearly 600 reactions, and I know you've had up to 2,000, so which is incredible. But
I think personal brand is so important, and it's something that honestly I learned living in Dubai. I think when I said in the last podcast is in the UK no one really takes it seriously, right? I think when I came to Dubai I had maybe 250 followers on LinkedIn.
Wow, yeah.
So yeah, it's went up a little bit, but yeah, I'm very grateful, and it's something that I'll never stop doing.
Yeah, no, that's great. And so that sort of less is more thing. You seem to put out fewer posts, but they're also shorter, aren't they? But it's working
point.
for you.
Yeah.
I think maybe when you're building it up, you have to do more, and that's what you did. And then you reach a certain point, and you just let it go.
Yeah, I try and keep to a schedule. You know, I've kind of set my OKRs for the year. A few weeks ago when January set, and you know, I have a goal that I want to reach with my followers. And you know, it's amazing having all these followers, but it's about trying to help them as much as I can. And that's with the messages, and you know, you could probably imagine my inbox is...
Yeah, well, you can't deal with them all, can you?
I can't.
No way.
No. I need help. But yeah, it's about being able... I want to provide a platform, one, for people to feel like they can do whatever they want. Like, you know, for me, I think it's quite good that I moved here with nothing, basically, and I achieved something. And I want people to kind of have that belief in themselves. And for the second part is kind of like just kind of know the exposure into recruitment, into real estate. You know, people are genuinely interested of how it's going, and do they want to, do they want to shift their career? And I want to be able to be there to kind of give them actually good advice, and you know, not just there for the sake of it. So yeah, it's going really well. Thank you for asking, and hopefully it continues to grow.
Oh well, it will. But just on that subject, you know, there's plenty of sand out there. There's plenty of buildings that are going to come along. there's plenty of real estate agents needed, and they've got to be recruited, haven't they? So it's happy days if you're in the right place, you know what you're doing. So that's great. And you talk about personal branding, and this is just something I would say to people. That's one of the reasons why you've got so many job offers, because people can see just how good you are.
Yeah.
And not enough people, I'm doing recruitment now, as you know, and people will send me messages, but providing no sort of evidence that they've been good in the past, whether they want to do video editing for me or, personal branding work, or whether they want to work for the agency I work for, whatever, build that up first.
100%.
And then, it counts for so much, doesn't it?
You need to have a platform of kind of why, of all of the things that you've done, you should be proud. And I think, as you said, I see people myself on LinkedIn. I'm like, you could be doing so much more and probably getting more opportunities for yourself. But people don't probably take it as serious as what they should. It's just how it goes.
For some people, they're happy at their real estate agency where they are. They're doing a lot of deals. That's fine. But if you are thinking of moving on, if you do want to build your career up, then social media today is so important, I think.
It's number one. I mean, probably 6 years ago, it was never like this, right? But nowadays, everything is online.
Well, yeah. In the past, you had to sort of write a book or be a TV star or something like that to build up your personal brand, which is tough to get a publisher, or it's tough to get a gig on TV or whatever. But we can all do it now, can't we?
Exactly.
We can all put ourselves out there, and people are just on their phones all the time, aren't they?
Literally.
Or they're on their desktops, laptops, iPads, whatever. So content is being consumed. So it's just got to be done, really.
I have this thing, a photo on my phone. It's actually my screensaver, and it says "just do it." Like I always just have this thing
Nike.
literally. I always have this thing at the back of my head where I'm thinking like, oh, should I post this? Should I do that? Should I reach out to this person? It's like, just do it, because what's the worst that's going to happen?
And on your website, it says, make it happen.
Exactly.
Which is pretty
Make
similar.
it happen. Exactly.
My Royal Bank of Scotland said that and they went bust. But I'm
sure. Jinx me.
Yeah. Any other areas you want to cover?
No, I think we've basically covered everything. It's good to sit here again.
Yeah.
Like when I think back, 9 months ago, and how much has changed in 9 months, but it's all amazing changes. The industry just seems to keep getting busier. More people want to relocate here. More people are looking for other opportunities. And, I want to be the person that people, think of when they are thinking of, relocating, or they're thinking of changing opportunities. And that's basically, what I'm building my platform for. And I think, change is always a good thing. I used to be scared of change, actually. I worked in my previous company, I think I said that before, in Scotland for like 7 years. And I got so comfortable there. And it's not a bad thing. Everyone's different. But I have never been so glad to kind of leave that behind and jump to Dubai and just see the opportunities that are given to you, and for hard work. Like it's amazing.
So for people back in the UK or elsewhere in the world, just get in touch.
Yeah, 100%. I have my LinkedIn, my Instagram, even you can put my WhatsApp number.
Yeah, I'll put all your details.
Yeah. And, even for any clients perhaps that are, new to the market, or they've been in the market, a few months.
And they should check out your courses.
100%. And, as I said, me and Guy, we have a lot of things coming soon. We're going to be doing a really, really big marketing piece on, how we are going to change, hopefully the way recruitment works in Dubai.
Watch this space.
Exactly. So yeah, I think it's a really exciting time. Hopefully,
will you come back on later in the year?
Of course. Mark it now. So January, I'm sitting here. We have 8 clients. That's just all through referrals, our own personal network. So just watch this space when we go public with kind of what we're doing and, the results that we've had so far, and hopefully be able to make even more partnerships in Dubai, because that's honestly something that I love to do.
Brilliant. Fantastic, Tina.
Thank you, David.
Thanks very much for coming on today.
Thank you, David.